Marcia Greenberger is an extraordinary woman.
I think Marcia's driven by a deep passion for equality and a real sense that we as lawyers and as advocates can make a difference and can make the world better, not just for women, but for their families and for men as well.
Marcia was often the brightest person in the room, and that is any room in which we found ourselves discussing the substance of a particular issue of constitutional rights and laws, most especially affecting women.
And every step that she takes, every action she instigates, every effort she leads is in the service of making this world a better place.
Well, it's really hard to talk about Marcia's accomplishments because there are so many. But one very important one was her role in defining, again in the early years, in the 1970s, what the women's legal movement could accomplish.
Marcia was a fierce and extraordinary advocate, substantive, but also brought a passion to her work that distinguished her from some of the other advocates that I met during that period.
Marcia is leaving behind the National Women's Law Center in extraordinarily good hands, wonderfully and healthily resourced, with very strong advocates to ensure the future that women and girls will be protected by our civil rights laws forever.
It's hard to name all of Marcia's accomplishments, but when you think about many of the core critical gains that women have achieved over the last 40 years, Marcia was either leading it or had her hand deep in that mix. So that was true with the Pregnancy Discrimination Act. That was true with the Civil Rights Act of 1991. That was true with the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act. That was true with many of the core essential benefits in the Affordable Care Act, including the first ever ban on sex discrimination in healthcare. All of those legislative accomplishments have made people's lives fairer, and that doesn't even begin to touch on all of the litigating achievements that she has accomplished over the years.
I've learned from Marcia to hold back and not be the first to speak in a meeting, to listen to that room and be a very good listener before you speak up and say your piece, and use that time well to marshal the best arguments you can for the winning argument.
Marcia has been at it almost since graduation from law school. She only spent 2 years in the firm. And so that's why they said 4 to 5 years of Marcia at the helm. And look at what she has built.